Welcome again, dear viewers. This is one and only channel on education, entertainment, and information. This is Kweli Chungu TV, where you get as you expected, where you get it as you deserve it, dear viewers. And as usual, our prayer is one: do us a favor. Hey, do us a favor of subscribing, sharing, commenting, and liking our stories, our episodes, and our contents. On behalf of my engineer Ken, today, this is your one and only presenter, Brother Power Jared Wilberforce. Welcome aboard. Dear viewers, nimewambia siku hizi ni story tu, hatugombani, lakini mnatupush tunagombana. Sometimes we don't want to really be harsh, but what's happening in this country, actually, even if you are a real Christian, unless you pretend, it becomes difficult. You just have to be harsh sometimes for things to run the right way, or at least to have your view aired and heard. Today, dear viewers, we are at Upper Hill Teachers Suffering Commission Headquarters. Teacher Suffering Commission Headquarters, and I'm repeating, Teacher Suffering Commission Headquarters, TSC, which used to be Teachers Service Commission Headquarters, but today it has changed to be Teachers Suffering Commission Headquarters, where very funny things are happening, where very dark things are happening in darkness, where, I mean, utashangaa vitu zinafanyika huku. Bro, now, Teachers Suffering Commission has been here. And teachers have been crying, public has been crying, but people have never understood. And this is why Kweli Chungu TV has gone down to try and find some realities and some facts about teachers' plight in this country. I have segmented these into two parts, and today we're doing part one of the Teachers Suffering Commission, part one, where I want to embark on special teachers who are entitled to special allowances, dear viewer of Kweli Chungu TV. It defeats logic that there is an allowance that is given to a teacher, but then the Teacher Suffering Commission would want to curtail and gag that allowance. You know, what makes the SRC, which is the national body mandated with designing salaries and remunerations for public servants, countrywide. Dear viewer, it has been seen to be fit to specially pay some teachers some allowances. For instance, teachers with special needs, that is with disabilities, teachers teaching in hardship areas, and others are entitled to this special allowance. For instance, the allowance for teachers with special needs or teachers with disabilities is famously known as Reader's Allowance or Disability Guide Allowance, which comes alongside the salary on the payslip. Now, funny enough, Teachers Suffering Commission, which others would want to call Teacher Service Commission, have come up with their own regulations of misbehaving with this. Now, there is a process before one acquiring this particular allowance. You have to go through a tax exemption, which is another legal favor that the government has favored this teacher with special needs, at least not to pay taxes because their salaries anyway are meager. As a result, dear viewer, you have to go through the process of exemption, which is not 1+1. After which, your Reader's allowance is automatically activated. Now, my problem is Teacher Suffering Service Commission has imposed its own regulations again that this allowance expires after 3 years, after which again you have to go back to the streets trying to follow and renew the same. Surely I have no problem with renewing the same, but I have several problems. One, why is it so quickly to effect the expiry, but so fit dragging to effect the renewal? Because trust me, and this has come to Kweli Chungu TV from several teachers all over the country, that if your expiry is tomorrow, it will be affected even minutes or hours before. But after renewal, you can go for 2 years trying to renew. And after you renew, no one cares about your arrears. We have teachers who have followed until they have given up. Dear viewers, why would somebody postpone problems by keeping teachers' allowances in arrears until they add up to a very huge sum that they cannot manage? Imagine a teacher who has been following up on her renewal for 2 years. That is roughly 20,000 times 24, which is 480,000. Imagine if this were 10 teachers, then this would be 4.8 million. Inashangaza, lakini ubaya ni watu tunaongelesha hata kusikia, I think mali wanasikia nayo ni pahali nguo zimefunika. And this is the problem we're having in this country. Surely, number 2, let's come to service delivery of this particular teacher. This teacher is supposed to give grades. Yes. This teacher is supposed to shape somebody somewhere. Yeah. But will they make it? If they began in 2020, for instance, following on their tax exemption, which came in 2021. By 2023, their allowance has expired. They go back to the street following on its renewal. It is effected in 2025. By the end of 2025, again, the tax exemption is expired. This same teacher is on the street, again following on the renewal of the exemption. By the time he renews the exemption, the reader's allowance is expired. Surely, have we employed them to walk on the street? If it is Nancy Macharia or whoever is at TSC, Teacher Suffering Stroke Service Commission, if you are watching this, you are doing a disservice and not a service to this country. Besides this, again, there is some other things these guys have introduced due the blue letter. Oh, umeleta makaratasi yako yote. They still even ignore KRA exemption certificate and send somebody for a blue letter. Pause a bit and think about this. Is it the same reason as to why these guys have been busy trying to divide the teachers of this country so that the teachers can be voiceless? I think we now know why our teachers are not delivering and performing. I think we now know. We don't need to blame the teacher. We need to blame the employer. Yes, the employer. The Suffering Commission housed at Upper Hill. Yes. These guys either came from hell or from the skies. And that is why they have got very funny, weird behavior. They do not care the challenges that come with disability. They don't care the cost that comes with getting these things. They don't care. After all, they have got their huge allowances that are not gagged by anybody. They have got their huge per diems that are not gagged. But others can suffer. No. Teachers, stay together. Otherwise, this killer will kill you. Bye-bye.